Ladies and gentlemen.
Roll the camera. Okay.
Kia ora. Welcome to Room 15 TV. I'm Naomi Smith.
And I'm Regan Walker. Today on Mahora News, we have interviewers with famous singers, inventors and Queen's bodyguard, sports reports about the Champions League, news reports of survival and the weather forecast. But first up,
our first story is one of survival and courage. In October 1813, a Japanese sailor set off on a voyage. Shortly after leaving the coast of Japan, he sailed straight into a huge storm. This badly damaged his ship. His masts were ruined, and all he could do is float helplessly. He and his only surviving crewmate were adrift in the Pacific Ocean for 484 days, before they were eventually found just off the coast of California. But would you believe, the longest anyone has survived adrift closer to home, the longest anyone has survived in New Zealand adrift, is 119 days. Here's our on-the-spot reporter, Robbie Pruckmuller with Mr. Jacobs.
Hi, I'm Robbie Pruckmuller, and here we have Mr. Jacobs. Hi, Mr. Jacobs, and thanks for joining us today. Mr. Jacobs, what do you do for a living?
Well, Robbie, I have a very interesting job. It's not just a job anyone can get. I protect the Royal Majesty, the Queen of England.
Wow, that is an exciting job. Mr. Jacobs, how long have you worked for Her Majesty?
Robbie, I've been protecting Her Royal Majesty for over 4 years now. It has been a tough job, but I am an expert.
What exactly is your job, and what do you do each day?
Robbie, my first role is to keep the Queen safe from assassination or any possible threat. I have to check every public place the Queen goes before she goes there. Then I am by her side protecting her. Next time you see her on TV, see if you can spot me standing beside her.
Thanks, Mr. Jacobs, and that's all from me. Now back to you, Regan Walker, in the studio.
an interesting interview. Thanks, Robbie. And now for something completely different. On Sunday, the 29th of May 2011, the Champions League final was played. It was between Barcelona and Manchester United. The game was being played at the home of soccer, Wembley Stadium. Barcelona scored the first goal of the game. Manchester equalised it. The second half was all Barcelona's. Messi was named the player of the match, and he put on one of the performances of his life. Even the Man United fans were in awe at his skill. This is Barcelona's Champions League win. Now over to our reporter, Anna Marks.
Thanks, Regan. I'm Anna Marks, and joining me now is inventor Jaden Motley. Jaden, can you please tell everyone at home about your new invention, the teleporter gun?
Well, Anna, it means I can point and shoot and transport things anywhere in the universe. My robot and I made the blue and orange cores that make the teleporter.
How interesting. Have you transported anything to another planet yet?
Yes, we have, Anna. We have made it to Mars and our moon and back safely. My robot Gladys and I are trying to leave our universe.
Wow, I can't wait. And to see the gun working, head along and watch the movie out now. Jaden, what are you going to invent next?
Well, Anna, what I am working on now is a cloaking device which makes the wearer invisible.
If you want to find out more, go to www.jadenmotley.co.nz. And we're out of time. Back to you, Naomi.
Thanks, Anna. Now for something completely different. A Bay of Plenty truck driver says he felt like a human balloon when compressed air was forced into his body after he fell onto a brass fitting that pierced his buttock. Despite the freak accident, Stephen McCormack, was cheerful in Whakatane Hospital's intensive care unit. Yesterday saying he felt lucky to be alive. On Saturday, he was standing on the plate between the cab of his truck and semi-trailer. His foot slipped, and as he fell, he broke the hose of a brass nipple connected to the compressed air reservoir, powering the truck's brakes. He fell hard onto the fan, which pierced the flesh of his left buttock. As then air compressed to 100 pounds per square inch began rushing into his body, and he started screaming. I felt the air rush into my body, and I felt like it was going to explode from my foot. Mr. McCormack said, I was blowing up like a football. It felt like I had the bends, like diving. I had no choice but just to lay there, blowing up like a balloon, he said. His skin felt like a pork roast, crackly on the outside, but soft underneath. The only way for the air to escape was the usual way. Gas passed from the body, he said. He credited his workmates, Mr. Whittingham especially, with saving his life and thanked emergency services and hospital staff for their actions. Let's cross to our on-the-spot reporter. Over to you, Irish.
Thanks, Naomi. I'm Irish, and joining me now is Kanye West. Kanye, what does it feel like to be as famous as you?
Well, Irish, it feels good to be famous because, make that great. You have adoring fans and more money than I know you to do with. I love writing songs. It makes me happy.
Is there any particular song out of all the songs you sing?
Well, my favorite song is Good Life because it is all about how great life is.
Kanye, how old were you when you began singing?
Well, my mama says that I started singing as soon as I was born, but I didn't start singing until I was in high school. Keep at it, kids.
That's all for your time, Kanye. Now over to you, Todd, with the weather update.
Thank you, Irish. Hello, I am Todd Douglas with tonight's weather forecast. In Kaitaia, the low is 5 and the high is only 14. Still chilly out there. In Whakatane, it is going to rain and they will have a high of 11 and a low of 9. In Auckland, a twister ripped through Manukau with a low of 3 and a high of 9. In Hastings, the high was 17 and sunshine. The weather in Wellington was wet, wet, wet. Still, the outlook is for some sun and warm days. Good luck, Wellington. Now to the South Island. In Nelson, the sun shone with a high of 12. Chilly weather down south, though, with snow hitting Ashburton, and again the snow fell with Arrowtown being covered up to a metre in some places. Let's all hope for some sunny days to help them out. Thanks all from me for now. Good night, New Zealand. We'll spot you tomorrow. Back to the news desk with Naomi and Regan.
Thanks, Todd. Well, that's all we have time for tonight.
We hope you enjoyed watching us. Our show will be posted on Room 15's wiki, so be sure to check it out.
Thank you all for watching. We'll see you again next time.
From the whole team at Room 15 TV. Goodbye.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Roll the camera. Okay.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight we are featuring an interview with a very peculiar-looking gentleman.
Scene 1, take 1.